Hello, my name is Elizabeth Ritter, and for my cspap proposal, I will be doing an after-school intramural program at Adirondack Middle School. Currently, I am the girls' middle school physical education teacher, and this is my third year teaching at Adirondack. This is a picture of Adirondack Middle School. It is located in Boonville, New York, which is just outside the Adirondack Park. In our district, we have 3 elementary schools, 1 middle school, and 1 high school. The high school and the middle school are connected to each other. Our principal and athletic director for the middle school is Miss Cynthia Lozon, and she will be supervising me. In our district, we have 3 full-time elementary teachers and 1 elementary teacher who is .6. We have 2 middle school physical education teachers and 2 high school physical education teachers, 1 male and 1 female for the boys and girls. These are the facilities that our middle school students have available to them. The first picture in the top left is our middle school gym. It is actually not a legal size gym, so even though our high school and middle school are attached to one another, we cannot actually have varsity basketball games compete legally in that gym. So unfortunately, it's kind of a design flaw, but there is a full set of bleachers on one side of the gym and has 6 basketball hoops. The picture in the top right next to the middle school gym, is our multi-purpose room. It is connected to the middle school gym. Currently, you can see Adirondack. It has about 250 students in the middle school. It is a rural area. Boonville, the town that it's located in, is a very small town. But even though our class size is not very large, we are one of the biggest districts in New York State. We have 3 elementary schools that are located in 3 different towns. One of them is in a completely different county. So our students can be on the bus for a significant amount of time. Also, we're not the wealthiest of area. About 70% of our district receives free and reduced lunch. So we do have a lot of needy students in our district. Our PE schedule is we run on a 6-day cycle at Adirondack. So students in the middle school and high school have PE every other day for about 40 minutes each day that we see them. These are some of the opportunities that are available for our students. Some of them are community activities, others are just strictly school activities. You can read the list, so I won't read them all off for you. But all of these activities are very well attended, but the big common thing in all of these activities is every one of them costs the students money to participate, except for our school sports teams, because obviously they do not have to pay to participate in those, but again, they cannot participate in a school sport until they are in 7th grade, and even at that point, they would have to try out and then make the team in order to be a part of it. We do have cuts on the modified middle school teams, so not all students are able to be involved in it. One thing I do want to talk about are our Bria ski trails. Maybe not everybody is familiar with that. They're the Black River ski trails. They go along the Black River Canal, and we have a lot of those trails all around. The system is all around our school districts. They are free for anybody to use, but if you don't have your own equipment, then you would have to pay to rent equipment, or obviously go out and purchase your own. It is not too expensive to rent, but it is still something that costs money for the students and their families. So why did I choose an after-school intramural program? The biggest main reason that I decided to go with an intramural program is that it's free. As I showed on this slide before, most everything that's available to students, they have to pay money for, or they have to at least make the team. So I figured this would be a great way to offer something that's free, that all students would be able to be involved in, especially since we're such a poor community. I wanted this, whatever I chose to do, I wanted it to be something that could be free for the students. Another benefit is the students are already at school. It's going to be run 10th period. We have a 10th period in our day. The first, obviously, 1 through 9 are the students' actual day, and then they have an extra period where they can stay after with teachers to maybe make up missed work, or it's that in between time before after school sports. So the students are already at school. It is a great way to be able to get the students to participate in physical activity. There's also Monday through Wednesday. The only 10th periods are Monday through Wednesday, and there's transportation provided for the students. So at 3:30, they have a bus that will take them home. And I figured that this is going to be the best way that I can get the most students involved. We have done intramurals before, not anything that's been consistent, so I want this program to be something that's going to carry on throughout the entire school year, not just for 1 week in the entire school year. Students really seem to enjoy it, so this is why I chose an after-school intramural program. These are the goals that I have for this program. The biggest thing is just getting students more involved in physical activity in their school day. Students spend all day long sitting in classrooms learning, except for on their days in phys ed. They're not being that active, maybe just getting up and going from class to class, but I want to give them an opportunity to be active and be involved in their school. As I had said before, their only opportunity for free physical activity, school sports, but again, they have to make the team. And though some of those students are skilled students, they just might not be at the level they need to be at for team to compete on our school team. So I want those students to be able to still have the opportunity to compete against their classmates. So that's why that is one of our goals. Also, as I had said before, we have done after school intramurals. It's usually like a week on a unit, whatever unit we may have just finished, and the kids do enjoy it. So overall, I want this to be something that can be continued throughout the entire school year, something that's going to be long lasting, and that students are they're going to want to participate. They're going to want it to keep going and do different things throughout the year, whether it's a weightlifting program or a cross-country ski club after school. I just want this to continue on for more than just the 9 weeks of this project. This is the schedule that I have planned right now. These will be the activities that the students had shown most interest in. So these are what I have planned for right now. Obviously always open to making changes depending on what the students want and need. But this is our plan for right now, and this will be one of the short-term goals that will be reached by the end of the 9 weeks, giving the students an opportunity to try all of these different activities in a competitive tournament style setting. We have daily announcements. They are done first thing, second period, and then they're done at the end of the day. So my plan is to get it on the announcements. I have already been telling the students in class that I see, and I will be handing out a sheet and a letter to go home. The sheet will be for them to fill out and create their own teams, create the name for their team, and a letter will be sent home just to notify parents of the after-school intramural going on, so that parents know what their students are doing when they are staying 10th period with me. Some obstacles that I foresee happening: getting enough student. Am I doing everything that I can do to reach all the students that I want to reach? So the number of students who are participating, we want to make sure we're maximizing the number of students it's getting to. We really want to get as many students as possible to be involved in the after school intramural program. Another potential issue is, like I said before, our 10th period is for, when a student is maybe out sick for a few days. So then they stay after 10th period with their teachers to make up classwork that they owe or homework that they owe. So I can see it being an issue, as it has been an issue in the past. Students wanting to come down and be a part of the after-school intramurals, but teachers insisting that they stay for them for the work that they owe, and not being able to participate. So I see this as a potential problem. One thing that I am hoping with our schedule, we can make a schedule, and if their team isn't playing that 10th period, then they don't have to worry about being down with us necessarily. They could still stay with that teacher, but still be a part of the after-school intramural program. Students are going to receive surveys after each activity to see what they had liked about the activity, what possibly could have been done better, what changes would they make, what would they like to see during the next activity, so that hopefully throughout the 9 weeks, the number of students that are participating, that number will grow. And then also just talking with my supporting teachers and administration as to how they think the program is going, by performing interviews with the staff and administration. Next, for developing, we just need to develop our tournament brackets, get in all of the team sheets with the list of students who are on each team with their team names, so that we can create the tournament brackets. Then once we have those, we can have a more solidified schedule as to when teams are playing, so students can plan around that schedule. And just make sure that at all times we're following gymnasium rules and regulations, so that all students who are participating can do it safely. Some final considerations as we're getting ready to start the after-school intramural program is just being able to make changes to the schedule as necessary. If we need to extend our very first one, our volleyball intramural, we are still in the winter season, and we do tend to get a lot of snow up here. So there could be potential cancellations. So that is some considerations we may need to make along the way. If How are we going to increase participation if it's not where we want it to be? What are things that we're going to do that is going to help maximize the participation level? And just to make sure my supervising teacher is involved so that we can continue this program, and it'll be a strong and successful program that we will be able to continue on. And if it is successful, then not only will it continue on next year for middle school, hopefully it'll move on and high school will start a intramural program. So the 8th graders that are leaving will be able to continue it into high school. So that is my CSPAP proposal, and thanks.